Hello and welcome to another episode of Obsolete Technology, hosted on Caliquin.com. Today I have something kind of special, and if I can get it, this is the Gameboy Color, specifically my brother-in-law's Gameboy Color. Apparently he went through a duct tape phase when he was younger, and did an absolutely terrible job of putting duct tape on it. It's very half-assed, and it looks terrible. And I asked him if he would be willing to let me restore it back to its original look. So I'm going to do the best I can with that. There's quite a bit to do with this thing. But first, I want to make sure that it works just fine. I have removed all of the screws already, and it was that moment that I realized I should probably do a video of this. Not to shame him, but I hope he does feel some kind of shame for what he did to this thing. So, okay, so I'm not too sure about that cartridge, but I do know this one works. Here we go. So this is Pokemon Gold. I'm not going to show any gameplay because I don't want Nintendo to copyright strike me or something. Even though I don't monetize these videos and I don't earn any money from any of this. I just do this because I enjoy it. So yeah, it does work. And like I said, I have removed the screws already. I have a special screwdriver for that. It's a tri-wing, I think. I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but these are specifically made for Nintendo products. I have quite a few things like that. Anyway, I'm gonna get the batteries out. So, here's what I've got to do. I need to remove this duct tape. All of this duct tape, clean up the screen. Hopefully I can do something about the scratches. I might be able to buff those out a bit. I don't know. I want to clean up all the dirt. Get this thing looking as new as possible. It's going to be quite a bit. And I might not do the entire Game Boy in one video, but I at least want to get this part cleaned up. So, here's the inside of it. You can see where the cartridge slides in. It's kind of neat to see that in place. Unfortunately, the Game Boys were designed really well, so everything is pretty sturdy on it. I'm not too worried about messing anything up because there's not a lot of places to mess up, as long as I'm gentle with it. Here's the main board. That's the screen. Foam's still intact, that's nice. So very, 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 very gently to remove this ribbon. I think it's got little clamps here. There we go. Okay. This should be a lot easier now. It should just slide right out. There we go. Okay, so that's the main board. It's got some dirt on the speaker, but otherwise in pretty good shape. I'm not going to mess around with that too much. Pull these out. Ew. I don't know if you can really see this, but this is what years of gameplay will do to a Game Boy. It's covered in dirt, and so are these. Wow. Okay. Now, I'm not entirely sure how to remove these screens, so I'm just going to very gently work my way around it. Try and loosen it out. May have to check online to see how they go about this, but maybe I'll get lucky and it's going to be simple. Lightly. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Whew. Oh, that was nerve-wracking. Alright. So I don't want to cause further damage to anything, so rather than scraping this off, I'm just going to pull it off and then drown it in Goo Gone. Normally I wouldn't go straight to it, but given that this is duct tape and it's who knows how old, I'm not going to bother with lesser chemicals. Ugh, there's so much dirt in this. All this duct tape is just sealed in years and years of dirt. Childhood use. Oh my god. This is disgusting. This is actually really gross. Okay, I need to get something to soak this in, because this is really grossing me out. So the back of it, despite everything, is actually in pretty good shape. Just some dust. That'll be easy to clean up. So it won't surprise me if I have to hit this with Goo Gone multiple times. So I'm going to give this another rinse. It's looking pretty good. I can still see a few spots that need some work, but might have to give it one more round of Goo Gone. Okay, I'll be back. So this is looking fantastic now. So I'm not going to hit it with more Goo Gone because that's unnecessary. There's not a whole lot of the sticky stuff left, but I do need to spot clean some stuff. I do see some marks here. I'm going to see if I can get those cleaned off with some dry erase marker. It's a trick I've been using for a lot of stuff like this. Just hit it with a dry erase marker. Any little spots. And this will often help just kind of break down anything in it. Makes it easier to remove. So I know a lot of these aren't showing up on camera, but there's just little specks. Not quite. That's alright. It's not a very large mark, so I'm not terribly worried about it. And honestly, this thing looks way better than it did 20 minutes ago. And then the speaker is kind of gross, but that's just a little bit of dirt. Okay. Nice. Okay, now that I'm here, before I go and screw anything in, I definitely want to make sure that everything is still in working order. I don't see any reason that this should have been messed up in any kind of way, but just to make sure that I'm not going to put the whole thing back together only to find out that I screwed something up. Okay. And hooray! Yeah, I wasn't doubting that it would work. I didn't mess with any of the electronics. Alright, so I'm going to get everything screwed back into place and get this thing back together. Okay, and I got all that done in about an hour. Really not that long considering how bad it looked before, but now I think it looks pretty good. So I will definitely do a before and after picture. I did take one before, thankfully, because usually I forget to do that. So just to give one last look at it, throw it in the Pokemon game. Okay. Oop, I don't want to save over his game if he has one. So, okay. Yeah, so that is the Nintendo Game Boy Color. This is from the year 1998. Like I said, I've got a few of these of my own. But I really wanted to get my brother-in-law's looking nice again because I hated the way it looked, but now it's been restored for the most part back to its initial glory. I'd like to do something about the screen, so I don't know. I might leave it as is. I don't know. I'm gonna let it sit for a day in a nice dry area because it does look like it's fogged up just a little bit in there. So, other than that, thank you very much for watching. Have a great weekend.